Hello, I am Márcia Teixeira. I am 62 years old and I live in Miami Beach, Florida, in the United States. For more than 30 years, I built my career in the corporate world, including 20 years at Microsoft, where I had the opportunity to work with multicultural teams across Latin America and the United States. Throughout my career, I was always passionate about people, leadership, learning, and helping others grow. But about 10 years ago, I began a new chapter in my life. After a successful corporate career, I decided to reinvent myself and focus on what had always inspired me most: human development. I went back to school, I earned new certifications, and I became an executive coach, a facilitator, a consultant, and a practitioner focused on emotional well being and personal growth. For me, this experience reinforced something I strongly believe. We are never too old to learn, change, or create new paths for ourselves. Today, I continue to work, learn, and contribute in ways that feel meaningful. I do not see this stage of life as slowing down, and I see it as an opportunity to be intentional about where I invest the time, energy, and attention in my life. When people ask me what aging means, I often say that aging is a privilege. Not everyone gets the opportunity to grow older. My view of aging has changed over the years. To be honest, I didn't have a clear image of myself as an older person, but I had inspiring elders in my family. So I had great grandmas, grandmas, and grandparents alive, and I had contact with them. But all of them lived a retirement life that were more staying at home or not super active as I am now. Today, I see what I've been building for myself, and I really, really welcome the challenges because they help me become wiser, more self aware, and often give me more the freedom to make choices aligned with who I am really. Okay. One of the best things about being in my 60s is that I know myself better. I care less about meeting other people's expectations, and I care more about living according to my values. I have become more comfortable setting boundaries, making decisions, and focusing what truly matters. And of course, health is another area of attention, really important. So, physical health is important to me. I now exercise regularly and try to make choices that support my long term well being. My goal is not perfection. I really do that because I need to maintain my energy, mobility, and independence. And it hasn't been always like this. I recently started being more active and paying attention to exercising. This is something that I built more consciously over time. I also believe that emotional health deserves just as much attention as physical health because over the years, I have learned that self awareness, emotional regulation, resilience are essential skills for navigating life's changes. Practice such as reflection, journaling, coaching, emotional well being have helped me manage stress and maintain balance through different phases of my life. Purpose is another important part of longevity. So, having a reason to get up in the morning, continuing to learn, feeling that we can still contribute to others gives meaning to life. For me, purpose comes from supporting people to grow, navigate change, create and fulfilling lives, healthier and fulfilling lives. So, relationships also are really important because family, friends, colleagues, communities, they provide connection, support, a sense of belonging. And as I grow older, I crave and I want to be around these people that I love and that I feel loved by. I believe that meaningful relationships are one of the greatest contributors to both happiness and longevity. And like many people, I have been facing challenges as I get older. So physical changes are real, energy levels are different, and recovery takes longer. But what I learned, and I have been learning, is that acceptance and action can exist together. We can accept that change is part of life. At the same time, we still take responsibility for our health, our growth, and the choices that we have available now or the choices we will have ahead of us. If I can offer one piece of advice, or if I could offer a piece of advice for the people in their 40s or 50s, would be this: start preparing for longevity now. Because not only physically, emotionally, financially, in every area. I am one of this person when I was in my 40s and 50s. I didn't really think about this time that I'm now, but it's never late. So I reinvented my career, I reinvented myself, and I feel I do this every day. So take care of your health, continue learning, invest in your relationship, stay curious. Be willing to adapt, to reinvent yourself when life takes you to directions that you still don't know. Being in the unknown is something that can also be fulfilling. Not easy, but can be. One of the most important lessons that life taught me is that growth doesn't have to be an expiration date, right? It never ends. So every stage of life offers opportunities to learn, to contribute, to become more who we are meant to be. So to close, I'll leave you one message. So a long life is not only about adding years to life, it is about adding life to these years. So continue learning, continue growing, continue contributing, continue caring, and really never stops. So life stops. We don't know when. So while I'm here, I'm alive, I'm active, I care about me, about the others, and I still have dreams, projects, and experiences ahead of me. So right now, my focus is to focus on a long, healthy, lucid, and fulfilling life. That's my goal. Thank you.